The Niners lost 3 games in a row. It almost seems, and by the way, to Cleveland with a backup quarterback, it almost feels inexplicable that actually happened in this very year. Because now that the Niners look like the wagon we all thought they would be, right? And here they are again, looking like the very best team in football. Now they're going to get the guys they played on Thanksgiving night, the guys from the Pacific Northwest. Seattle's going to come to the Bay, to Santa Clara. And that number's already gone up. Wow. 10.5 to 11.5. And I respect the Seahawks team, although they feel like they've hit a tailspin here.
Yeah, and look, Niners, by the way, have covered big numbers at home. They did so against the Giants. They did so against Arizona, where they were double-digit favorites. They did so against Tampa Bay. So they've covered all of these. And plus with Seattle, Kenneth Walker, we know, has been out, the running back, a couple weeks with that oblique. Zach Charbonnet also left with a knee injury. I thought that kind of hurt him down the stretch at Dallas, even though they put together a pretty darn good effort. And Pete usually does that as a dog, but do I really want to get in front of the 49ers, even though they are priced to the moon, and you're starting to see 12.5 in the market? Would not be surprised to see 13. I don't know if I really want to lay that, even though they've played the bully very well, Dave. But man, I don't want to get in front of this team. I think they're absolutely overpriced, and I think you got to be careful laying a team when they're at the peak of the market. That is something you absolutely have to be careful of.
That's a great point. That is exactly what we're getting at here. It's getting out of hand for me when you're seeing 12.5s out there for San Francisco. So I'm not laying that. I would look possibly, if this number really keeps growing, to possibly 13.5. Maybe a Seattle teaser for me to get it to 19.5. Like, make it a 3-score game. Yeah. Like, I might look at something like that, because I think the effort you saw in Dallas is the effort you're going to see from a Pete Carroll team that knows they're going to run out of opportunities to win games. I don't think this is one of them. I don't know that they can win this football game, but I think they might be right there. Kind of remember the playoff game last year in San Francisco. They had the lead late in the third quarter, and then the Niners truck them in the fourth and cover the number. Yeah. But they were in the mix the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, wait on this if you like Seattle, because I think there'll eventually be some buyback, but I don't know if it'll be for me. I would only do dog or pass just because I don't like to lay a big favorite off that kind of performance when now, because the media refrain, Dave, all week was, oh, this disrespect to Philadelphia, they're 10-1. So people, when they do their power ratings, some of these media folks, they're like, okay, who's got the best record?
Right.
So it's got to be Philadelphia number one. No, they were not number one. And I think, there were some things that got exposed. Now, I think this team's very good and they're going to be in the mix, but they had some things that got exposed and the 49ers exposed them. But I don't, I felt this was the right price to lay for the 49ers this week against Philadelphia. Now, this is different, being the same type of favorite against Seattle as you were against the Giants and like Arizona, or like the dregs of the league,
right?
This year.
Now, one area where I do look at it and understand the line move is the total, 44-46. After watching what the Niners did,
and Seattle against a good Dallas defense,
Geno Smith was very hard for the Cowboys to get pressure on him, and DK Metcalf had a huge game on that Thanksgiving night. You could see it there. Or
Seattle had over 400 yards against Dallas.
Yeah, so to me, I understand that move towards the 46. I would lean towards the over if you made me play a side or a total. But I'm with you. I feel like it's going to get a little bit I don't want to say mispriced, but it's going to get out of hand if it gets to 13.5. It's going to be a little bit too much for me to back with the Niners, even though they are back to being the 49ers.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.